Welcome to the Panic Button, everyone. I'm Nina.
I'm cold.
Today we're going to be reacting to some clips. Let's get into it. Here's the first one.
If you are trans femme, trans masc, or genderqueer and are struggling to claim the label lesbian or the label sapphic because you're concerned that another person might look at you and say you don't deserve to use that label, listen here. The patriarchy has sold lesbianism and sapphic attraction to us as something skin deep, which is why the biggest association we make is two female presenting people making love, which is a part of lesbianism, but it also does not encapsulate like 50 or 60% of lesbianism, which actually involves genderqueer people and people who don't necessarily look like women. If you are trans femme,
I feel like I got more retarded.
So I'm assuming this is a woman who's taken testosterone.
Or it's a dude.
That vocal fry.
That?
It sounds like, yeah. I feel like that affects more women to men.
I don't know what it is.
Either way.
People with dicks
it's
aren't
bizarre.
lesbians, okay? That's just that.
No, but I think this person might be saying, I'm still a lesbian, even though I want to be viewed as a man.
Or
which is something that my
I'm
ex...
a man, and I am saying I'm a lesbian, even though I'm not a lesbian, because you can't keep lesbianism.
Yeah, it's so either way,
okay.
It's weird.
If you're trying to get lesbians to sleep with you, you're just going to get other lesbians who have penises, because they're not lesbian.
If you are a woman who identifies as a man, but you want to be with women who want to be with women, you're going to have a hard time finding those women because you're identifying as a man. And most dating happens online, and those little filters, I want a woman, not a man, and you're putting it as man. So even if they would be open to dating you, they're not going to see you because gender ideology.
Yeah, I mean, you could change the definition of every word known to man, but it doesn't change what it actually is. A woman, like you can try to mind meld a woman, a lesbian, into believing that she has to sleep with a man who says he's a lesbian, or else it's like phobic or something. But she's not gonna do it like 99.9% of the time. And if she does, she was coerced into doing it, which is kind of rapey. So maybe stop doing that, if you know what's good for you, pretty much.
Yeah. Next. Like you said.
Here's a fun one.
I don't believe you.
What a not at all annoying video. So is this a woman?
No.
This is a man.
Here are some tips for getting better at respecting pronouns. Tip number 1, practice. Make sure you're using your loved one's correct pronouns, especially when they're not around. They won't start feeling comfortable in your mouth until you put them in your mouth. And don't just wait for that person to come up in conversation, actively set aside time to work on it. Tip number 2, don't avoid using pronouns. A lot of folks will just use their loved one's name in order to avoid making a mistake. But avoiding mistakes keeps you from growing. And sometimes listening to someone do verbal gymnastics is worse than hearing them make a mistake and correct it. Tip number 3, do the work to see us as the gender we are. Seeing your trans and or non-binary loved one as...
Go ahead.
We have to do the work.
Go ahead.
To see you the way that you think you are. Well, guess what? I'm skinny. I'm so sexy and skinny. So little. Petite. You guys see it, right? Well, you're not doing the work to see it.
Asking people you don't know to work on something they don't need to work on is incredibly narcissistic.
Not only is it narcissistic, you're clearly pointing out the whole issue that we have to begin with, which is that you guys aren't even trying.
Yeah, you're not trying. If you did try, people wouldn't slip up.
You're telling us that
So
we
much.
have to try harder for you to be accepted. How about you try harder? How about you try harder? That's like saying, oh, well, I wanted the promotion. I've been here for 3 years. They've been here for 1. Well, they did more job hours. They worked harder. They put themselves out there. What are you doing?
Here, I'm an obese woman, and I want you to label me as skinny.
I just did that bit.
I'm not going to do the work, though.
I just did that
Workout,
bit.
diet, none of it. But you have to bow down to me because I say I'm oppressed.
I just did that.
Most people are going to say, F off. I hate you.
Made the point.
And this is why there's a downward slope in the acceptance, specifically with trans. It's gone down like tens of millions of people are just recoiling at this because it's becoming more and more like this every day. And when you're asking strangers to do something that they don't need to do for your comfort, someone they don't even know or like, they're just going to hate you. you're going to get more hate. And I know that might be the point because that makes you more of a victim, but you will lose rights in the process. And no amount of screaming or obnoxious videos is going to change anything for you. It's just going to make it worse. It won't change it in a positive way. It'll just change it in a negative way.
And at the end of the day, they don't respect other people's opinions.
No,
so why
not at
on
all.
God's green earth are you telling me to set time aside for you?
What
Who
makes
are
you special?
Who are you to me? No one, sir.
You're not special. You're not
Putting
important.
mix on there like you're something special. You're not. You're a man who put some makeup in his eyebrows. Congratulations. Go sign up for a sitcom.
Congratulations, you're gay in a dress. Ta-da.
Probably straight. Most of them end up being straight these
I'm pretty
days.
sure this guy is gay. You can tell the difference because
The fruity meter?
the gay guys have a certain inflection when they're talking and a certain mannerisms, but the straight ones come off as like Buffalo Bill-ish, very, very creepy.
I don't
And that's
like-
just a fact.
I don't like any of them.
They are is a necessary step to respecting their pronouns and respecting them as a person. A lot of times misgendering is just a verbal slip up, but if the mistakes keep happening, it's probably a sign that you're seeing your loved one as the gender they were assigned at birth. Then it is time to dig into your subconscious and confront that deeper narrative that is going on. In the end, remember that trans and non-binary people were not born with gender literacy. We did the work and we got better at it. We are living proof that you can too. As long as you are doing the work and you know what accountability looks like, you're golden. I love you.
This dude doesn't even know what accountability looks like, but he's telling you should know what it looks like.
He said he's done the work. In his mind, he's cleared.
This is how you know there's like a severe mental illness within this thing, you know? Not all trans people, but there is a subsection of really just absolutely insane people. This is one of them. Thinking you did the work. Where is it? Where's the work? If people are calling you by the sex you are and you don't want them to, you're not doing the work.
No, they're not doing the work. Didn't you hear him? He literally said they need to work harder. They need to put time aside. They need to work on it.
Well, that's very interesting
He
because
said that.
wasn't he just talking about accountability, personal
Yes.
accountability? Well, where is that for
On
him?
their behalf, not on his behalf, on their behalf.
Oh, okay. So everyone's wrong but them.
Yeah, I don't like this guy,
Yeah, that's not going to work in your favor. Get better.
honestly.
Last one.
Why are you wearing a bra?
Why do you have marks on your stomach? It's not a mental health issue, though, right?
It was one of the first things I noticed, too.
That was
not
the
to be.
first thing I saw.
Seriously, why are you wearing a bra? If you want to, that's cool, but the societal expectation that women need to wear bras and that's something they have to do to be correct and formal is really bad and really cringe.
Man brain. Man brain. Tell me you don't know shit about women without telling me you don't know shit about women. You think we're wearing bras to be formal?
No, a
we
lot of us-
want to wear bras? Are you retarded? Yes,
A lot of us do it because it's uncomfortable to feel
it is.
like you're exposed in that way, which a lot of guys probably wouldn't get because I know like to free ball it and stuff, but I don't know a lot of women who like to free the nipple.
No, we don't. See, we have like two things when it comes to why we wear bras. The first one is we don't want people, men, regardless of how they identify, staring at our chests, which they will do if women don't wear bras. Number two, you don't wear a bra, your tits are going to sag faster than you could say orangutan titties.
Oh.
And this is just scientifically true. If you've ever seen...
They're scientifically called orangutan titties.
No, that's what they call them because they
Yeah, the
hang so
doctors.
low. That's what I've always heard them called.
I was just joking. Go ahead. Continue.
Anyway, it's not because there's some sort of societal pressure. No, it's because of those two things.
Society and being women in society has made us feel uncomfortable about our bodies in certain ways and being looked at in certain ways. So because of society, yes, we do feel the need to wear a bra. If we were cavemen, we wouldn't think about it. But because they exist and because we've known them our whole lives, every girl remembers getting her first bra to some extent, and every girl remembers what it was like to feel uncomfortable with their chest for the first time, be it other girls mentioning it, boys in your class, adults. It happens. My sister used to make me feel super uncomfortable about them, called them bee stings all the time, mosquito bite, bee stings, whatever you want to call it. Like,
Yeah.
constantly made me feel uncomfortable about them. And then I was also one of the first girls in my school to really start developing it. So it was not comfortable. That's how a lot of people feel. I've had nightmares. I think you have too. I've had nightmares went out without a bra on. If I leave the house without a bra on, I'm wearing the biggest hoodie. I don't want anyone to see it. That is just how it usually works. I'm not saying that if you feel differently as a woman, that's wrong. No, that's up to you. You can do what you will with your tatas. I will do what I will with mine. And if you got fake ones, man, woman, otherwise, maybe control your tatas before you look at mine.
Majority of women, when we don't wear bras, we feel incredibly exposed and like we're going to be sexualized, which most of the time we will. By a man telling women that we shouldn't wear bras, it kind of sounds like you want us to be sexualized because you like being sexualized. That's why you don't wear a bra for your man tits. That just proves that the way that you see women is reprehensible, and I hate you.
And stupid. Bras for most women are incredibly unnecessary. And yes, there absolutely are circumstances where they're good and they're helpful and they're useful, but the majority of the time they're not. And to clarify, if that's your thing and you really want to wear a bra, go for it. Nobody's stopping you.
Sorry. Yes, let's take advice from the man with the cutting scars on his stomach, mentally deranged dude over here who sexualizes women. Let's take advice from someone who's never been a woman about woman.
Yeah, sure, bud.
Like,
I hope that all their tits sag. I hope that you paid thousands of dollars to
you
sag
will.
your
They
titties.
will sag.
No,
If
I
you
mean the
don't
men.
have something that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you don't have something holding them up and you just let them droop, you know what happens? They get longer. That's what happens. Gravity takes a toll. Hello. What is gravity transphobic too?
I mean,
Of course.
I hope
Of course
so.
it would be.
just advocating for the fact that you shouldn't if you don't want to. You don't have to. So stop wearing your bra. Release those things, queen.
Okay. So he's a weirdo, and I don't like him at all.
He sounds just like the guy with the beard and the titties.
Maybe don't tell women what to do with their bodies, because you know that you're the ones who will complain about men telling women how they should work on their bodies or what they should do with their bodies, and yet you're doing the exact same thing, but in woman face.
Yeah.
What if it was switched? What if a white dude said that he was a black dude and he was telling black people what to do with their bodies? You think that would go over well? No, it wouldn't. So shut the fuck up. You obviously have no idea what the hell you're talking about, and you need to be institutionalized. Please put him in a box. Put him directly in a box away from people.
Agreed.
That's all I have to say about that. I'm glad I don't see these people out in public.
Yeah, you should be glad.
His acceptance is going down the toilet, and this is exactly why. This representation right here is exactly why.
You know what I'm glad about? All the subscribers to our channel.
Like and subscribe, everyone.
Maybe if you like our content, you should subscribe, and then we can keep doing what we're doing. Comment and like.
Hit the hype.
Hey. Bye.
Oh.
I didn't have a lot of time. It's a boast.
It's a what?
It's a boast.
A
bear
boast?
ghost.
A what?
It's a bear ghost. A boast.
Where's the bear?
It didn't get his ears yet.
Bye.
Crawling